Assalamu alaikum everyone. Today we'll be discussing O levels physics P1 May June 2022. This paper is of 1 hour and this paper contains 40 MCQs and each 40 MCQ have 4 options A, B, C, D and you have to choose the correct one and record your choice using a soft pencil on the multiple choice answer sheet. So the code for O levels physics is 5054 and this is variant 1-2. Let's get started. Question number 1. A force of 3 Newton and a force of 4 Newton act on an object. What is the maximum possible resultant of these two forces? So maximum possible resultant means that the force is in same direction. When the force is in same direction, so you have to add up the forces, add them, which will be 3 plus 4, it's 7. So the correct option is 7, which is C. Then question number 2. A length of copper labeled length is 0.50 meters and the diameter is 0.50 millimeters. So which instrument are most suitable to measure the accurate length and the diameter of the wire? So the length is 0.50 meters. So it is less than 1 meter. We will use meter rule. And to measure this diameter, we will use micrometer. Meter rule isn't used to measure the diameter. So the correct option is B for question number 2. Then question number 3. The graph shows the speed time graph of a parachutist who jumps from a plane but do not open the parachute immediately. The person do not open the parachute immediately. So at which point he opens the parachute? So you can see that at point A the speed is increasing. The speed is decreasing. And then from point A to point B, the person has reached its terminal velocity. And then at point B, he has opened his parachute, and now he's falling, and his velocity is decreasing. Then, so the correct option is B. Question number 4. A 60 kg passenger enters a stationary lift, and the gravitational field is given in the question 10 Newton kg. How much the force does the floor of the lift exert on the passenger when the lift accelerates upwards at 2.0 meter per second? So you can say that this is a lift, for example, and this lift is accelerating upwards with 2 meter per second, and before this it was going downwards. So the formula to calculate the force, how much force does the floor of the lift exert on the passenger when the lift accelerates upwards? So you have to calculate force. Force equals to mass into acceleration. So it would be 60 into 10 equals to 60 into 2. 2 is the acceleration of upwards. Okay. Before this, you have to minus the force that is acting here. And this is 60 into 60 is the mass of the passenger, and 10 is the gravitational field, or you can say acceleration simply. So 60 into 2, it would be 600 plus 60 into 10. 60 into 2, which would be 120. Then this 120 is minus here. When it will go here, it will be plus 120 plus. So it will be 4D option 720. 720 newtons. Then question number 5, the diagram represents a moon in its orbit around the Earth. Which arrow represents the direction of the resultant force acting on the moon at the instant shown? So the resultant force on the moon in a circular motion acts towards the center, and the center is pointing towards A. So option A is correct. Then question number 6, the measuring cylinder containing water is placed on a beam balance. On a balance, the stone is placed into the water. The diagram shows the reading on the balance and on the measuring cylinder. So the diagram is given here. The reading of the mass, and you can see the volume has increased when the stone is dropped. Now you have to calculate the density of the stone. So the density formula is density equals to mass divided by volume. To calculate the mass, what you have to do is minus mass equals to 92.5 minus 55.0 grams. So let me calculate 92.5 minus 55. It would be 37.5 grams. The mass is 37.5 grams divided by the volume. Firstly, this is the final volume. This is initial volume. Initial volume is 20. Final volume is 35. 35 minus 20, it would be 15. Now you have to divide this 35.5 divided by 15. 37.5 divided by 15, it would be 2.5. So the option C is correct. The density of the stone is 2.5. Then question number 7. The diagram shows a uniform solid rectangular block of a weight. The weight is given 50 newtons that is pivoted about the point P. The height of the block is 40 centimeter and the base is 8 centimeter wide. So this point P is the pivot, 8 centimeter base, 40 centimeter height, 5 Newton force. Which horizontal force F just makes the block start to rotate about point P. So before this, the block is uniform. You can see that the formula anti-clockwise equals to clockwise moment will be applied here. So what you have to do is 50 into 4, half this 8.5, 8 divided by 2, which is 4 centimeters. You have to have the length and then force into 40. The force is from here and 40 is the distance perpendicular to the pivot. So for the 40 will be dividing here and equals to force. 0, 0 cancel, 4, 4 cancel, 5. So 5B is, B option is correct for question number 7, which is 5 Newton. Question number 8, the center of the mass of a solid rectangular block is at its center. The mass is at the center. A small heavy weight is available. Okay, in which arrangement the center of mass is the lowest? When the center of mass is the lowest, so the object is more stable. When the heaviest face is placed downwards, the center of mass is lowest. So the heaviest face is showing, which I'm highlighting from yellow, is Y. This is the heaviest face when it's faced towards downwards. So the center of mass is lowest. Let's read out the option. With a face X on the table? No. With the face Y on the table? Yes. Option B is correct for question number 8. Then question number 9. The graph shows how the extension of a spring depends on the force applied. Which point is the limit of proportionality? So the limit of proportionality is when the graph starts to curve. It is at C. Then question number 10. An elastic spring has unstretched length. The unstretched length is 30 centimeter. A load of 6 Newton is hung from the spring and the length is now 66 centimeter. Okay. 6 Newton load is removed and the spring returns to its original length, and now 2 Newtons weight is hung on the spring. Now what is the new length of the spring? You have to calculate the new length of the spring. Before this, you have to firstly calculate the extension. So To calculate the extension, what you have to do is to subtract the stretched length minus original length. It gives 36, which is extension. 36 is the extension. Now, at 6 Newton, the extension is 36. Then at 2 Newton, the extension would be x. This is the ratio method. You have to cross multiply it. After 2 into 36 divided by 6, 6 ones are 6 fives are 6 six are 2 6 are 12 centimeter. So this 12 centimeter is extension for 2 Newton. Now you have to add the initial length, or you can say the unstretched length, 30 plus 12, which is the extension for 2 centimeter or 2 Newton. So it would give you 42. Option C is correct for question number 10. A barometer is an instrument used to measure the atmospheric pressure. In one type of barometer, the height of the height of a liquid in a tube is measured. In which diagram does the height h represents the atmospheric pressure? So option A and option B are incorrect because they do not show the barometer. Option C and option D, one of them would be correct. So the option with the vacuum is correct for barometer. One thing you need to remember is that to measure the atmospheric pressure, barometer is used and the barometer should have vacuum. The vacuum is given and this is the barometer image, so you should know that how the barometer looks like. You can easily identify the correct option. Question number 12. A manometer contains mercury of density. Density is given 1400 kilometers cube. The nanometer is connected to a gas supply and the difference in the height of mercury level is 72 mm and the atmospheric pressure is 100 pascals. The gravitational field strength is given in the question 10. What is the pressure of the gas supply? So now you have to calculate the pressure of the gas supplied. So the formula which you will be using is pressure of gas supplied equals to pressure of ATM plus pressure of mercury. Then the ATM pressure is given 100 pascals plus 1400, the density 14,000 into 9.8 into 72 into 10 power 72 into 10 power minus 3. You have to put this value in calculator. Instead of writing 10, I have written 9.8 because in this paper is of May June 2022, while in May June 2023 paper, the gravitational field strength value is given 9.8. So the answer is coming 110 pascals, which is C. Then question number 13. Which device provides a continuous steady energy output for the longest time? So it is a nuclear reactor. Then question number 14 says a load is pulled by a rope attached to a motor. The resultant force is exerted by the rope on the load, shown in the diagram. The load moves in the direction of the force and takes 10 seconds to travel 1 meter. So the distance is constant, which is 1 meter, and you have to find in which diagram does the motor works with the greatest power. The distance is constant, the time is constant, so The one with more force works with the greatest power, and it is A, 414, 12 Newton. Then question number 15, the electrical energy supplied to a kettle is 600 kilojoules. Of this energy, 45 kilojoules is transferred to the surrounding and 15 is used to heat the casing of the kettle. The remaining energy of the kettle is used to heat the water. Now you have to find the efficiency of the kettle. To find the efficiency of the kettle, the formula you have to use is useful divided by input equals to efficiency. Now let's put the values. It would be 600 minus 45 minus 15 divided by 600 equals to 0.9. So the answer for this correct answer would be B. Question number 16. How is the heat transferred through the vacuum of space from the sun to the moon surface? So the correct option for this is only radiation. Question 17. A metal cube contains boiling water, which vertical face of the cube is painted a different color or has a different texture. Identical thermometers are held at equal distance from each vertical face. Near the face, near which face does the thermometer read the greatest reading? Dull black, dull white, shiny black, shiny white. White, wrong option. Shiny black, wrong. Correct is dull black. Question number 18. A liquid column in the liquid in glass thermometer is 2 centimeter long at 0 degree, and the column expands 10 centimeter when heated to 100 degrees Celsius. Measure from P how long is the liquid column at 30 degrees Celsius. For this measurement, when such type of questions come, and through the diagram you can easily identify that this is the type of question in which here is a special formula which is used, this is theta equals to, let me write the formula first, L theta minus L0 divided by L100 minus L0 into 100. So you have to remember this formula to calculate for the calculation of such type of questions. So this theta is the unknown temperature given in the question, and this unknown temperature is 30 degrees Celsius. Then L theta is what you have to find. Okay. Then the L0 is the temperature from 0 degrees Celsius till P, which is 2 centimeter, and this is again 2 centimeter. L100 is the total distance, you can say, which is 12 centimeter. Now put the value in the equation and put the equation in the calculator. Let's do it. 30 equals to L theta minus 2 into 100 divided by 12 minus 2. 12 minus 2, this 100 is multiplying, it will be divide. 30 divided by 100, 12 minus 2 is 10 into 10, which is L theta minus 2. 0, 0 cancel, 0, 0 cancel. Here is 3. 3 plus 2 equals to L theta, and 3 plus 2 is 5, L theta. So option C is correct for question number 18, which is 5 centimeter. Then question number 19, a liquid in a glass thermometer consists of a bulb containing a liquid which expands into a thin capillary tube. The liquid in the thermometer is replaced by the same volume of a different liquid that expands more for the same temperature. Same volume of different liquid that expands more for the same temperature rise. The length of the capillary tube remains the same. The length of the capillary tube remains the same. How does the new thermometer compare with the old thermometer? So you can say that the sensitivity is high, but a smaller range. It has a smaller range. Correct option is B for question number 19. Then question number 20. Steam at 110 degrees Celsius condense on a surface to form water droplets at 100 degrees Celsius. What happens after the steam come out into the contact with the surface? So the steam converts from gas into the water droplets, means from gas into liquid. Now what happened to the molecules of the steam? The molecules slow down and emit energy to the surrounding. Option B is correct for question number 20. Question number 21. Which list shows the state of matter in order of expansion from the smallest to the greatest for the same temperature rise? So the option correct for this is D, solid, liquid, and gas. Solid has no expansion, liquid has less expansion, and the greatest expansion is in gas. Question number 22. Which row describes the boiling and evaporation of the liquid? Bubbles form throughout the liquid for boiling, yes, but evaporation only occurs at one temperature, no. This statement is totally incorrect, so the option A would be incorrect. Option B, bubbles form throughout the liquid and produce cooling. Evaporation produce cooling, yes, option B is correct. Question number 23. A hair dryer is used to blow air across the surface of water in a beaker so there so that the water evaporates. What increases the rate of evaporation? Decrease the speed of the air from the hair dryer? No. Then decrease the mass of the water in the beaker? No. Increase the surface area? This option is correct, as the surface area of the water by using a wider beaker. Yes. Surface area if increased, then the rate of evaporation also increases. Rate of evaporation. Option C is correct. Then question number 24. Question number 24 says that the diagram shows a ray PQ reflected by mirror X to the parallel mirror Y. The reflected ray along the RS is parallel to PQ. Which statement is correct? So here is the diagram, and here the statement A is the angle between PQ and QR is 45. No. The angle between QR and RS is 180. No. The angle of incidence between PQ on the mirror X is 60. No. The angle of incidence of QR on mirror Y is 45 degree. Yes. So option D is correct. The question number 24. Question number 25. An object is viewed through a thin converging lens. The diagram shows the path of two rays from the top of the object to the eye. This is a converging lens, and the object is made somewhere here. So how does the image compare with the object? It is large and inverted. No. It is large and upright. Yes. Question number 26. Violet and indigo light has the shortest wavelengths in the spectrum of visible light. Which three colors in order of increasing wavelength immediately follow up indigo? After indigo, we have blue. Then after blue, we have green. And then after green, we have yellow. So option B is correct for increasing wavelength. Question number 27. A sound wave passes through a substance. The diagram shows the position of molecules of a substance at one point in time. So what type which type of wave is a sound wave and what is X. So sound wave is a longitudinal wave and X is compression because the particles are coming near or closer to each other and they are at the maximum pressure. Question number 28. A man stands between two buildings, P and Q. He is 50 meters from P and 200 meters from Q. 50 meters from P, 200 meters from Q. Now he sounds a horn. He hears the first echo from the building P, and 1 second later he hears the second echo from the building Q. What is the speed of the sound calculated using this information? Firstly, he sounds a the echo move from here and then come here. First it go here 50 meters, then come here. So 50 plus 50 equals to 100 in total. Then the echo go from here, which is 200, and then come here, which is 200. 200 plus 200, which is in total 400. So D2 minus D1, and the time difference is 1 second. For 0.1 second is the time difference from D2 to D1. D2 is 400 minus 100 equals to 0.1 second, which is 300 equals to 0.1 second. No, not 0.1 second, 1 second only. So 300 divided by 1 second equals to speed. 300 is the distance and 1 second is the time given in the question. 1.0 seconds. So the speed is 300 meter per second, which is option B. Question number 29. What is one of the uses of ultrasound? So ultrasound is used to clean jewelry. Question number 30. The positive charge rod is held near an uncharged metal sphere of an insulating stand. On an insulating stand, what is the distribution of charge on the sphere? So the distribution of charge on the sphere will be like that. This is a positively charged rod. So the negative charge would come here and the positive charge would go here. C. Question number 31. Two metal spheres are mounted on insulating stands. Sphere X and sphere is initially uncharged. Sphere X is initially uncharged and sphere Y is initially positively charged. A metal rod held by an insulating handle is placed in contact with X and Y as shown in the diagram. The diagram says. What are the changes on X and Y after the rod is placed in contact with them? So the Y had positive charge and X had no charge. Okay. When the rod is placed here, when the Y has positive charge, so this portion of X will have negative charge, this will have positive charge. Okay. When the rod is placed here, so these, just let me zoom in and draw them once again. Initially, rod X is uncharged. When Y has positive charge, so the X, this side will have negative charge and the farther side will have positive charge. Okay, but Y have only positive charge. When insulating rod is placed, when a metal rod is placed, so these negative charges will go to the metal rod and X will only have positive charge and Y will also have positive charge. So X and Y both are positively charged. So the correct option is positive on X and Y is A. Question number 32. The diagram shows a simple electric circuit which row describes the charge on an electron and the direction of the electron flow through the resistor. So the charge on electron is negative and the direction is from Y to X. From negative to positive. B. Question number 33. The charge of 0.40 coulomb passes through the resistor in 1 second. In 2 seconds, 20 joule of thermal energy is produced in the resistor. What is the potential difference across the resistor? Firstly, to calculate the potential difference, you have to calculate the current. Charge current equals to current is I equals to charge divided by time. Charge is 0.40 divided by time, which is 1.0 seconds. Answer for the current is 0.40 ampere. Now you have calculated current. You have to calculate the potential difference. To calculate the potential difference across the resistor, the energy is given 20 joules. So energy equals to I, V, and T. Energy is given when it is 20. I is given, I you have calculated 0.40 into time 1, and the voltage is, you have to find the voltage. Now multiply it, 20 divided by 0.40 divide V. Let's calculate it. 20 divided by 0.40, 50 watts. Option D is correct for 37. Then question number 34. The diagram shows a simple circuit, electric circuit. Which meter measures the current in R? Resistor 2 or R2. The ammeter that measures the current is D. Ammeter is attached, uh, placed in series. Question number 35. When the flash on a camera is used, the charge of 1.5 coulomb flows from for 0.0030 seconds to the flash lamp. Average voltage across is 3600 volts. The electrical energy supplied to the flash and average power. Firstly, let's calculate the power. To calculate power, you have to calculate the current. 1.5 divided by 0.0030, which gives 500 amperes. 500 amperes is the current. Now power equals to V into I, 500 amperes into 3600 watts. Let me calculate 500, 3600. The answer is 1.8 into 10 power 6. So in power column, you can say 1.8 into 10 power 6. Answer is only 1. Option D is correct. 35. 36. The diagram shows an electric circuit. Which lamp lights when switch S is closed? This S is closed. So which lamp lights? 1, 2. Lamp 3 doesn't light because switch S2 is open. Only 1 and 2. Question number 37. The diagram shows a hair dryer. Which statement explains why does hair dryer do not need a earth wire? Why? It has a neutral wire? No. It has a live wire? No. It has double insulation? Yes. C options. Question number 38. A left hand can be used to determine the direction of the force when a current carrying conductor is perpendicular to the magnetic field. Which quantities are represented by the direction of the finger P, Q, and R? So we know that the P represents the force, Q represents the magnetic field, ML, and R represents the current. Option D is correct. 39. As a magnet is moved into the coil of wire as shown, there is small positive reading on the sensitive ammeter. So which change must increase the size of the reading? Option A, moving the opposite poles into the coil. No. Pulling the magnet out of the coil. No. Pushing the magnet in faster. Yes. Last question, question 40. Electrical power is transmitted by cables over long distance at very high voltages. So, what are the effects of using a high voltage on a transmission system? when the voltage is high, so the current is low. The voltage is high, current is low. So for this, you can use the formula I square R. But here isn't any calculation. Power loss in the cable and the current in the cables. The current is low and the power loss is low because the voltage is high. So this was the end of May June 2022 paper P12. I hope you understood it.